Welcome to today's theater craft. So I have to tell you, I hadn't planned to film this, but I was creating these really cool bracelets, and I thought I'm going to take you along the way. So I don't know about you, but I'm inspired by the upcoming Wicked Part 2 movie coming out. And I thought it would be really cool to make these bracelets. And so I've got some bracelets that are inspired by, you've got, the pink for Glinda and the green for Elphaba. And I've got another one here. I can get that in focus for you. There you go. And then another one. Got this one here. I love the deep green on this one. And so I thought they're really easy to make, and what a way to kind of celebrate the movie. If you like that, you can take these. They're just elastic bracelets. I also made a necklace too, and I'll show you that during the course of the video today. But again, just simple bracelets that can just be inspired by a Broadway production or a movie. All right, let's get crafting. Okay, so some of the things that we need for today's project, we've got the elastic that is for jewelry making, and we've got beads. These beads are, pink and green, obviously for Elphaba and Glinda. I've got my 3-in-1 glue or E6000, depending on how you're going to incorporate your beads. I have bead caps here, and I've got some bails, and I used that for the necklace. A ruler, because you want to make sure that you know how long your bracelet is, and any sort of scissors and such. Okay, as you can see, I've already started this particular bracelet, and it's just a simple pattern. I'm just kind of alternating beads based on, the pink and the green, obviously for Glinda and Elphaba. And looking at this, I've, adding a green bead, but then I'm adding a bead cap. So bead caps basically they kind of sandwich the bead. It makes it look really elevated. I just love the look of it. And in this particular case, I'm using the elastic for the bracelet, adding the bead, and then adding another bead cap on it so that it, like I said, encases the bead there, and it really gives it really quite a beautiful look. Once you get the bracelet to the length you want, in this particular case, I really wanted 7.5 inches, so that would go around my wrist to make it comfortable. Basically, you're just going to tie this off. Now, I always tie it really well, so I tied 3 times just to make sure that that knot is not going to come out. And so you see I'm tying it here, and then you're going to put a little glue on it just to keep that knot secure. Now, I have 3-in-1 glue here. You can use Gem Tack. You could use, really whatever glue you have. You want to be careful in case, hot glue might melt the elastic, so you want to be careful about that. But then taking that glue and just putting a little glue on the knot there, and then you'll see I cut the elastic and cut it down pretty close. You're going to leave a little bit of a tail there, but cut it down, and then those tails are going to go right into the inside of the beads. Look at that. I can't even see it. Isn't that amazing? Look how pretty that is. I just think that's beautiful. And, what a way to celebrate a musical, a show that you like. Give it to a friend, somebody who has, I don't know, changed you for good. I just love this. So I'm just going to show you one more time how to just do the knot. So here's another one of the bracelets that I made. And basically, I take you tie the knot multiple times, and you're going to put your glue on the knot, okay? And then you're going to cut that down. Once you have the knot secured, you're going to cut that so that the tails are a little bit shorter. And then it's amazing. You can get that to go right underneath the beads, so you don't really see it at all. Now look at how sweet this bracelet is. with the different colors, and it's so sparkly. And you've got these are just random beads. And here's another combination. Look at these. This one's my favorite. I just love the contrast between the pink and the green. But what a beautiful bracelet. So I just want to show you, this is the necklace that I made. So it's basically the same concept, but in this particular case, I had some really cool beads. So see the bead in the center, the crown. Now, it actually wasn't really a bead that you could thread onto the elastic. So I glued a veil on it, and I'll show you that right here. And if you notice, like next to the beads, there are little like witches' hats. And I just thought that was such a really cool way to acknowledge both Glinda and Elphaba in one necklace. And basically, it's made exactly the same way as the others. So those are the jewelry, bracelets and necklace that I created, just inspired by Wicked the musical. Let me know which one you liked. Do you like the bracelets? Would you make a necklace? And which is your favorite character, Glinda or Elphaba? So I thank you so much for joining me for this week's Theater Craft, and I'll see you next week. Have a great week, everybody. Bye bye.